Dre, what is an introvert? This is a question I've been getting a lot lately. So today, I'm gonna tell you 5 signs that you are an introvert. Before we do that, I just wanna say what is going on, my fellow introverts. It's your boy Dre Savage, AKA Low-Key Savage, and I'm here today to just check in with you guys and thank you guys for all of the support that you've been showing me. You guys have been showing me a lot of love on TikTok. And so now I'm gonna start, putting a little more time and attention into my YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can stay tuned. I'm gonna be posting a lot of skits here on my YouTube, and I will be doing some talking videos every now and then like we're doing today. So I'm excited to be just chatting with you guys. So let's get right into the video. Let me start off by saying that there are 2 major personality traits in society. There's introversion and there's extroversion. A lot of people, will tell you they're an introvert or they're an extrovert, and they think that they are 100%, extroverted or 100% introverted. I want to make it clear to you guys that typically most people are not entirely an introvert or entirely an extrovert. Most people actually fall somewhere in the middle. There are very few people that are on the outliers, of society that are completely introverted or completely extroverted. Myself, I definitely feel that I fall much more on the introverted side of things. If I were to gauge it myself, I would probably say 85 to 90%. But again, it's very, very, very rare, probably less than 1% of people that are completely one thing. Today, again, I'm gonna talk about the 5 signs that you are an introvert. Number 1, being around a lot of people drains your energy. In fact, you enjoy spending more time alone. If you're someone who feels exhausted after interacting with a lot of people and you feel this urge to isolate yourself for some quiet time, some alone time, some time to recharge and reflect, if that sounds like you, then you're probably an introvert. This is actually one of the main differences between being an introvert versus an extrovert. Introverts are drained of their energy when spending a lot of time around people versus extroverts who actually gain energy from their social interactions. Introverts do not like crowds, okay? In fact, they will actively try to avoid a crowd. Even for myself, I've probably been to like 2 concerts in my entire life, and the only reason I went to those is because my extroverted friends at the time begged me to go. But if it were up to me, I probably would never go to a concert. I've never been to a music festival. The idea of that just sounds terrible to me. Even sports, I love sports. I love football, I love basketball, but I would much rather watch the game at home than go to a sports arena. If that sounds like you, then you are probably an introvert. Here's the thing, guys. Sometimes it's not just a crowd that can drain an introvert. Sometimes it's actually just an individual. Sometimes you guys may have an extroverted friend that just talks a lot, takes so much of your energy to listen to what they're saying. If you guys have been in school, sometimes there's like the class clown who is always just trying to make a joke and be the center of attention in class. And it really just messes up your focus and your attention. It takes a certain amount of energy for you to deal with that. Not just the class clown. Sometimes, there's that person at work who always approaches you when you're minding your own business and is trying to ask you what your plans are for the weekend. And for whatever reason, it feels like telling you everything that goes on in their life. And come on, we all know that one person who parties every weekend and is always trying to get you to come party with them. Those are typically signs of an extrovert. We as introverts just really enjoy that quiet time to center our mind on things that we want to think about and spend our time doing things that we want to do. A lot of introverts, we like to spend our times, reading a book, watching our favorite television show. We like to do those solitary activities because that's what gives us more energy. Number 2 sign that you're probably an introvert. Sometime in your life, somebody has called you quiet or shy. It's really frustrating, especially when it comes to being called shy, because not every introvert out there is shy. The thing about introverts is that we like to think before we speak. Extroverts tend to just sputter off words that come to the top of their mind. Introverts, we carefully choose our words because we don't want to waste energy on words that are meaningless. So we don't really like small talk and chit chat and gossip, okay? We rather our conversations to offer value and to be meaningful. Even doing this YouTube is not easy for me because, again, I'm someone who thinks before I speak. So I see a lot of YouTubers who just put their camera up and they just start talking right away for 20 minutes. And my brain doesn't function in that way. Even as I film this right now, I did write down a few thoughts because it's tougher for me to just blurt out a bunch of words. Here's a third sign that you're an introvert. Introverts typically have fewer friends. We never feel the need to have a bunch of friends just for the sake of having friends. The people that we allow into our social circle are people that we feel that we can have meaningful conversations with. Introverts tend to have a very small, close-knit group of friends rather than having a whole bunch of acquaintances. Instead of us befriending people on a more surface level and having a superficial relationship, we would much rather have a deep, long-lasting, meaningful relationship with someone. That's also why introverts tend to be deemed as people that are loyal. Our friendships have lasted so long. Even with my friends, most of my friends I've known for 8+ years. Because our energy comes from ourselves rather from other people, we're typically very honest and upfront, with our friends. The fourth sign that you're an introvert is that introverts are very self-aware. Introverts tend to be very inward focused. That is why introverts tend to have a very great understanding of themselves and their motivations and their goals and their feelings and what drives them, because we spend so much time thinking about those things that we are naturally self-aware. I find myself to be so self-aware that I am very empathetic when it comes to other people. Because I've already figured myself out, I'm able to help other people figure themselves out too. A lot of people often come to me for advice, or guidance, because a lot of things I've already thought about and analyzed. Fun fact, because introverts spend so much time figuring things out in their mind, a lot of introverts actually tend to be writers. Even myself, I am a very strong writer. I've been writing my entire life, and a lot of introverts pursue a career in writing. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm a screenwriter in the film and television industry. If you're someone who feels that you can express yourself better in writing rather than speaking, then there's a good chance that you're an introvert. The fifth and final sign that you're an introvert is that you literally notice everything. Introverts are very observant people. We pay attention to every little detail. We tend to notice when there's a subtle change in someone's demeanor. We notice the colors of everything. We very sensitive to sound. The downside is that sometimes we are overwhelmed by so much stimuli in the environment, that it's tough for us to even focus at that point. The one moment you can be really paying attention to everything, and the next moment you could just really feel like you need to get away. So I hope that gave you a little bit more clarity on what an introvert is. Another thing that I want to make clear to you guys is that, when I talk about this introvert versus extrovert thing, it is really just for you to gain a better understanding of your personality. But by no means am I saying that your personality as an introvert or your personality as an extrovert defines what you can and can't do. Just because you're an introvert does not mean that you can't do what an extrovert can. And just because you're an extrovert does not mean that you can't do what an introvert can. The thing is though, if you are an introvert, then you probably know that in society, introverts are commonly misunderstood and misrepresented. That's one of the main reasons that I started this page, is because although we are making a lot of progress when it comes to understanding introverts, there's still so much stereotypes out there, so many misconceptions. Extroverts are the ones in society who are typically celebrated, and everyone tells you as an introvert, get out of your shell and step outside of your comfort zone and to talk more. Introverted traits, even though we offer so many valuable traits, they're often overlooked. There's still a long road ahead of us for introverts. We still have to get a better understanding, even within our own community. If you are an introvert or you think you're an introvert, comment down below in the comments, introduce yourself, say hi, let me know why do you think you're an introvert in the comments below. Aside from that, again, I want to thank you guys for just supporting this journey that I'm on. I'm so happy to just get to know you guys. I've had so many good conversations in my comments with other introverts out there. So please guys, continue to comment. My inbox is open. If you guys have any questions, about being an introvert, or you just want to chat just about life, hit me up. My inbox is open. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. Like I said, I have a lot more content coming on YouTube for the future, so I don't want you guys to miss it. Thank you guys again for listening, and I will catch you next time. Peace.